All right, so before we get into the drainage here, I want to make sure you've already watched the video on the upstairs, the venting. If you haven't already, there'll be a link right above my head here. We'll make sure that's there. You can watch that video first and then come and watch this one second. So we're going to jump right into this. We're going to start with the 3-inch. I always like to start with my 3-inch after I've already planned everything. We'll kind of go through the planning as we do this, but let's just walk over to the 3-inch over here. When I start my main floor drainage, I generally like to make sure my 3 inches done. So it's kind of hard to see, so we'll do our best to make sure you can get in here and see this. I always like to get my 3-inch drop down, and anything that's tying into that 3-inch, once I've had it all planned out, I want to make sure I'm taking those Ys off. If I'm picking up like a sink or a tub or something, I'm just leaving the Y off and I'm finishing my drainage. I'm not tying in that 2-inch or the 1.5 inches before I drop everything. I always get my 3-inch drop first. So in this scenario, we have our toilet right here, and then it's being vented off of the 3-inch stack vent that was from upstairs that we talked about in the previous video. And I just ended up doing a 3-inch Y on its back, and then the drain comes this way and it 90s down, and then I got my clean out here and it goes straight down into the basement. And then off the end of this 3-inch Y, we're venting the toilet now with this 3-inch, and it's going up, and that's the one that goes directly through the roof, and then it increases into a 4-inch. So that's our stack vent for the house. And then after that, I'll start, I don't have like an exact process. In this scenario, what I did was I started doing my half bath here. So this half bath, this 2-inch drain, this 1.5 inches is going into 2-inch, and it is actually wet venting this toilet. So the only way to vent this toilet the best way to vent it is to wet vent it through the vanity. So to vent a toilet, to wet vent a toilet, it needs to be 2-inch. So then our vent, it goes up and it ties up into the vent upstairs that we dropped down in the previous video. We dropped a separate vent down. You see how it ties in straight, and this is where that planning process comes in. I came down here, I checked where the half bath was, I found the fastest, easiest way to drop that 1.5 inch vent, and all I had to do is to use 2 90s and drill a couple holes, and I was tying into my vent here. It was great. And then we got a 2-inch for those 2 vanities upstairs. We'll go around this side and check that out, and I'll show you what I did there. So with this one, these were, in this scenario in the previous video, these ones, remember I talked about that joist? There's a joist right on the wall. So this is that joist that I was talking about. So I couldn't come down with one drain. So I had to do 2 separate drains and then 2 separate vents for those drains. So these drains, they just come along, they tie into each other, and they drop straight down, and they end up tying into something downstairs into the basement. And we'll go over that in the next video. So then that takes care of those 2 vanity sinks. And then if you do remember in the previous video, I talked about a flush beam that was in my way of wet venting everything up there. This is that beam that I was talking about right here. So what I wanted to do is tie this shower and this tub together right here, but I couldn't get through because this beam was here, so I had to separately vent them. So if we come over here, and this is the tub, I ended up doing you can do 1.5 inch is the minimum for a tub, but I don't see why not just I did a 2 by 1.5 by 1.5 TY, and off the top of that TY, that vent, that is my vent right there. That's tying into upstairs, venting this tub. And then this is gonna be my trap arm. This joist is actually kind of dead center of where the drain should be. So we're gonna have to come through here and put the P-trap on this side and offset the waste and overflow for the tub. And then again, it just drops straight down. We always put a clean up before we exit a floor. And then we come over here, and we have our shower for the master bathroom. So we have a 2-inch P-trap. We usually like to do 2-inch P-traps for showers. We have our 2-inch P-trap there for our shower. It drops down into it's a 2-inch TY. We just put a bushing on top, and then we have our 1.5 inch vent venting this shower now. And then it drops straight down into this 3-inch stack that goes down, and we got our clean out. And this 3-inch actually goes over to the garage and picks up that other main bathroom and the laundry. And we're gonna jump right into that garage and show you the fun stuff. All right, so we're here in the garage. As you can see, this is like I believe a 12-foot ceiling here. We got uneven ground. It's not the most fun to work off of. You're kind of working on a big tall ladder and it's not the greatest, but so what we did here was we had our toilet. So we got our 3-inch. It went over to that stack that we talked about and it dropped into the shower there. So then this first Y here is now venting your toilet. It's coming over here. This first sink that ties into that main bathroom upstairs is going to be venting the toilet, and then this one here is just draining into this is just 2 sinks here, 2 2-inch drains. They're both separately vented, and they're both kind of working together to vent this toilet. So then we come down, we got our second 3x2Y, and we came out this way, and this is picking up our laundry and our bathtub. So we got our 2x1.5 Y here, tying into our bathtub, and then this laundry is wet venting our tub, and it's also draining the laundry. All right, so that's our main floor drainage on the new construction house with the garage plumbing. If you have any questions, please let us know. And if you're a plumber and you're starting out with your own business, you've been plumbing for a long time, you're looking to maybe start your own business, or maybe you've been running one for a couple of years and you struggle with the quoting process, well, we've actually created a quote template that helps make things go much smoother and faster. I use it myself. We created it. If you're looking to get something like that, we have it in the link in the description below. Again, if you have any questions, please let us know, and we'll see you on the next one.